We've also, one of the stories we've also got this week is an interview with Rupert Friend, the Grand Inquisitor, the guy who looks exactly like his animated character. And he teased the fact that there are some other cameos there and there. Here's a clip from Rupert's interview with Hey You Guys.
And finally, just quickly, we've seen you in the trailer for a certain Star Wars thing. You can't tell us anything, I know, but how excited should fans be for this? Because they waited a long time to see you and Hayden back in these roles and back on the big screen.
Yeah, I mean, if it's possible to be any more excited than folks already are, I would be. I think it's one of the most thrilling additions to the Star Wars canon. I think Ewan McGregor is doing things with that role that is a dream for fans of the original films. We can't obviously have Alec Guinness back, but I just think Ewan is absolute born to play that part. And wonderful cameos from people I obviously can't tell you, but Easter eggs galore. And it's a thrilling ride.
Wonderful cameos from people I can't tell you about.
So Fallen Order takes place 5 years after Revenge of the Sith, so 5 years before this show. So it's definitely Cam Monahan. Definitely. That's what he's talking about.
Possible. Yeah. Could be. Anything is possible. I don't know. At this point, I'm sort of wondering, like, when he says cameos, does he mean cameos or does he mean significant characters that haven't been announced? Because, like, there's a lot of assumptions that, like, a certain princess might have a not insignificant role.
You can't have Luke in the show, which we see Luke in the trailer from afar. You can't have him in the show without Leia. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So anyone that suggested that seemed to be pretty on point.
And if you've noticed, we are in the age of cameos now. We are in the age of if we expect cameos. If a show does not have cameos, people are upset. They are angry that, oh my gosh, there wasn't a big reveal at the end of this.
Where's Mephisto?
They just told the story with the characters that were in the trailer, and that's it. What? So that I think, and then you always have like there's cameos, but then it's like a character just gets introduced and they're part of the story now. That's not really a cameo, but it's people using the word cameo in a very loose way. So that's a great question of like, are we saying, is there people, obviously he's talking about people that we don't know about that are in the show, but like how big of a cameo are they?
Yeah. Like, if you were teasing Spider-Man, whatever the last one was.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah. If you were teasing that, like, would you say, oh yeah, there are cool cameos in it, meaning Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire? Because I wouldn't classify that as cameos. I would classify that as characters.
Yeah.
But if I'm, not, if I'm an actor in the show and somebody's asking you like, ooh, are there, what are the things you can expect? Might, in a moment of panic, I describe them as cameos? Maybe.
It might have it might be difficult to gauge how big a role people have in a show just from making the show because of two reasons. One, that they have the scripts on lockdown. They're not going to give the entire script for the entire show to every single actor. Lucasfilm does not operate that way. And then two, a lot of that stuff is decided in editing later. Like they could have, certain characters film a lot of scenes and yet a lot of it get cut and their role reduced to a cameo when it wasn't before. So you never know what's what. So I think Rupert might have just saw a few actors on set and been like, oh, they're cameoing. Interesting. And he doesn't really know, anything beyond that of how big a role they have.
Yeah, exactly. So, look, obviously we've already seen two or three pretty significant cameos or familiar characters. I won't even say cameo. I say familiar characters showing up in the trailers with, the Grand Inquisitor, Rupert, the fifth brother, whichever one he was, fourth brother, third brother, whichever one he was, in there, and of course Luke. showing up.
And Owen and Beru.
Owen and Beru, yeah. So, let's say you could throw in Leia as well if Leia shows up. Well, if Leia shows up, probably you got to have Bail.
Yeah.
Right? So you throw in
definitely.
Bail, and just those two alone presumably could be an interesting cameo, quote unquote. I bet some of these actors are still counting Luke as a cameo, quote unquote, because I don't think they knew that was going to show up in the trailer. And who knows if that even registered for them in the trailer, if they watched the trailer. Right? Because there was an interview with Entertainment Weekly that came out like right around the same time as the trailer, where Entertainment Weekly asked, like, is Luke going to be in this thing? And the whoever was being asked was like, well, I don't know, we'll find out. And it was like, the trailer's already out and he's in it and he's there. So
he is? Okay, hold on, let me ask my manager.
yeah. So there's some things there. But who knows who else could show up in there? People talk a lot about flashbacks. Well, flashback to the Clone Wars. Ahsoka, maybe.
If you open up flashbacks to prequels or Clone Wars, basically anything's on the table at that point.
Yeah,
real proof.
real proof. Yeah.
And it also begs the question: what does he mean by Easter eggs?
That one's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Easter eggs can mean literally anything.
Yeah.
It's just a little, in the background. Oh yeah, it's like the Rise of Skywalker, right? Oh, there's so many Easter eggs in that sea of ships that exist there, and if you look real closely, you can see, the Razor Crest and the Ghost and things like that. So, yeah,